Well, let's prepare for the excitement of today. I was thinking about borrowing this beautiful steed right here, or maybe someone's bike, but that would take away from my continued plan of walking everywhere. So we are back at it. It is a rainy day, although now it is cloudy at this exact moment in time on my final day here in Amsterdam. So we're going to go for a walk. Shocker. And I think where we're heading is to a cemetery, an old cemetery, if I can find it. But here, before we go, check out this house right here. Isn't that pretty? So let's do this. It's going to be a little bit, like usual. So this is what it looks like, kind of right outside the museum quarter on now it's Sunday afternoon. I learned a couple things. One, that doing the double flight that I did with Play was not a good idea. Where usually you could easily get a flight from Boston to Amsterdam nonstop. I instead elected to do the Boston to Reykjavik and then Reykjavik to here. And I think the fact that the first flight's only like 4.5 hours, and then you wait 2 hours, and so on, it's just really disruptive. And when I say disruptive, I mean to your sleep cycle. Like, usually I just fall like right asleep on a flight, and in this case, I couldn't get settled because it was like you wake up, you get up, so on, so on. One thing I noticed here, I think compared to some other cities that I visited, it definitely feels more, I don't want to say congested, but everything's definitely more compact. Just like this car right here. Yeah. Now, there are a couple different ways we could go to get to said cemetery, but we could have just followed the park that I was standing next to. Take it to the end and then cut down, but I think it's longer. And then if I did that, how can I see this, whatever the heck this is? I just don't appreciate art, do I? Whoa. It's an emergency. They know that I'm having an attack of the heart looking at this thing. Alright. It's pretty cool, actually. So it's all stained glass. So some of the students that I know that are in a stained glass class, this could be your work. I thought it was a restaurant. It's not. So behind me, Le Petit George, they have a fondue gig going now. I don't know if this is the term we're supposed to take, but hey, we'll get there when we get there, right? It's usually how it happens. I was going to tell you a story about my awesome meal last night. Or lack thereof. So as we walk on this kind of gloomy street, I ate at this Italian restaurant. Basically worked out to probably around $47 for my dinner, which was a Peroni. This is kind of cute, this little bar right here. It's an Italian one. See a theme here. So I went to an Italian place, as I said, but yeah, it wasn't that good. Like, it wasn't worth the money. If it was cheaper, I would have been like, yeah, it's worth it. But the fruta di mare, the seafood was like overcooked, and it was like they didn't really like mix in the salmon well enough to the mussels and the prawns, but also it was like they didn't bring any like cheese, like some of the pecorino, which would have actually helped the flavors. And then my appetizer, which was supposed to be like baked mussels and clams in like a garlic thing, wasn't very good either. Meaning the mussels were good, but the clams were like just a waste. Just a waste. Alright, well, this might not be where I wanted to go. Hey, don't you worry. We'll get there. I did actually take pictures of a map, but since I looked at it enough, now I'm just trying to will myself there. We'll see how it goes. I was supposed to keep walking, but look what I saw in this person's yard. Like, what is this? Look at that. Huh. I think it's the Hilton straight up ahead. And then they went kind of crazy with this building to the left. Yeah, so for people that like to see what buildings look like in different cities, here you go. Look at that. I don't think I'd live there. You know, I was wondering when a canal would show up. You know, it'd be kind of sad if there was no water in this video. Now see, this canal is nicer. It's wider. Look at that. It's pretty. All right. Onwards. Huh. Well, he looks hard at work. Let me show you what he made. He probably didn't make it, but he might as well have. Look at this monument right here. It's right next to the Hilton, but what is that? Is this like a child's game meant for 3-year-olds? So across the street, there's some bigger houses, bigger residential houses, and it's kind of exciting, I guess. You see the differences. You got there a little bit more wealth over there, where this is just an older apartment building. There's a guy behind me who was taking a photo of some weird sculpture. I'm not even humoring the sculpture because I see a cooler sculpture up ahead. Worth our time, I'm sure. Or maybe not. I think this is the old school. Maybe. I like how that little car can stop for me. So. And I was just going to make a comment, and this nice guy did stop for me. So go figure. See, so the stupid little Pee-wee car, nothing. So this is kind of neat. This whole facility right here. It's obviously a school campus because you got your football fields right here. And we got to go that way, down towards the skyscrapers where the cemetery is, because of course that would make sense, right? But let's take a look at the front of this. So the monument we're going to look at is for an independent Netherlands, and it was built in 1935. And of course, you know, I got to keep walking towards it to get to it, to get you a view. Wow, I got a church in the background. This is the spot, folks. Got these little kid statues out front. But yeah, here is the monument. And I'm sure when there's water in here and leaves behind it, it looks really, really nice. Maybe. And then here's the school. I think it's a school. Lyceum. Plus, as I said, there's like a little statue right here of a girl. And a little boy over here looking very militant. But, yeah. So we'll go this way. It's an interesting touch right here as you walk down past these fields. You have these beautiful trees. And what I like, I don't know a lot of places that would do this, but I like how they built the fence around the tree. Yep, gotcha. Thank you. So you look right here. See how this is built out around it, and then they just go back to their normal way. Yeah, I didn't expect that. It's kind of cool. And that was a runner that we just exchanged watch out with. Glad he learned those English words. Although it's interesting, I've heard probably the same amount of English as I've heard Dutch since I've been here. Yeah. We've turned down another side street, but look what I found right here. This is a shoe repair place. But it's weird. It's a shoe repair, but look at all these slippers. I feel like I should have probably come yesterday when they were open. Those are belts. I'm a big slipper fan, if you know me. So now we're on some other side street, weaving our way down to the cemetery. Yeah. I thought I had something riveting to say, but I really don't. It's just out for a walk. That's what we do. So I was going to... Actually, I did remember something. So, when I flew in, this very chatty guy on the plane, Dave, who was a big fan of illegal substances and was trying to tell me which places I could go if I was interested. And it made me laugh because I don't think I've ever been around someone ever where when you sit down, a total stranger's like, "Hey man, are you into this? If you're going into Amsterdam, a cafe really means this. And hey, do you like parties? Because you can go to da-da-da." I didn't realize I had that look on my face. But maybe I do. Maybe I just seem cool. So look at the statue up here. It's like of a horse. And some guy on the horse. I wonder what that story is behind that one. Huh. Cool. Yeah, so when Dave was asking me what I was planning to do, he wanted to know where I was visiting. I didn't tell him where, but he said, if you're going to Amsterdam, you're not going to like it. And he's like, so what do you do for fun? I'm like, I just walk around, man. I just walk around. He wasn't very impressed with that. I don't know why. And I'm getting overwhelmed by all these bikes. Little cars and lots of bikes. It's crazy. Note how quiet it is, though. At least in this part of town. It's interesting. I didn't expect that. And maybe it's different in other parts, because I didn't go on my big park, the one that I'm staying near. Because I did see a lot of people cutting out there with their families for with their bikes and walks. But that was one of the things I really appreciated about Poland, is that on Sundays especially, it was like the streets were just filled with strollers and dogs and everyone out for their walk. Yeah. Haven't seen that here. At least not where I'm walking. We have found more water. I didn't realize it would be so flat. I mean, I guess I did know it would be this flat. I just didn't really think about it. This part of Amsterdam reminds me of a beautiful city in Poland called Opole. You should check it out sometime. It's known as the Venice of Poland. All right, let's go. We'll go this way. This is an interesting street. Right behind me, right there, is Groot College. I wish I was kidding, but I think it's Groot. It's a weird-looking building. It's an interesting street, because I'm like 95% sure my cemetery is right there, right over the hedge, that I can't seem to get across. So I'm hoping there's I read the map right from earlier, where you can just swing through. Otherwise, I have to loop. But yeah, this is a industrial, a commercial area. You say industrial, it's not. Huh. I just realized the building that I was walking past. Yeah, this is the entrance to the cemetery. You can see how well my Dutch is. It's non-existent. Okay, let's go. Well, this is already starting off on the right foot. They had toilets, clean ones, right there. They have a little chapel in here. It's really pretty. Okay. All right, so let's see what the cemetery looks like. Let's go. We'll go this way. There, we'll just kind of turn. Oh, This is sweet. So this is right down here. I don't know if you can see it. They have like a little cat. I always marvel at the differences between like European cemeteries and where I grew up in the Northeast part of the United States. Now again, this is the Catholic cemetery. And one thing, this too is a nice common thing. See how they had the image of this man. A lot of these are family plots where they have multiple people entombed. It's beautiful. Now check out this one. Look at the amount of money they put in this. So that Pax means peace, if I remember right. There's the heart of Jesus right up there. The angels are praying. And then it looks like I don't know what they did on the side. There's some nice engravings on this one. Awesome. Got the sniffles today, I apologize. Bigger one right there of Jesus. We'll go this way. Oh my God. Alright, so this is kind of interesting, okay? So, as I mentioned in my previous videos, my last name is Dutch. So, maybe there's a font difference here. Because this isn't an I, but we're getting pretty close. Look at this. The family of Von, P.H. Kuyper, with a K-U-Y-P-E-R. Huh. These could be relatives of mine. Awesome. I love this engraving, this little girl playing the piano. I shouldn't say little because they were alive for almost 60 years, but you get the idea. Now, a contrast that I'm noticing in this cemetery, as we look for more Kuypers, is there's not you don't see any of the candles out on these. Like, if it was a Polish cemetery, even this time of year, if you were going for a walk, a lot of the tombstones would have different candles and other stuff. I do see some little kittens that people are putting out on these. And then this one's cute. You know, since we're rating them and all. Look at this right here. So you have this little kid, because obviously it's probably a child. And right here there's a child, and then there's a duck or a goose. So this is the Kinderhof. So I wonder if this is for kids. This little area here of children that were lost. Yeah. Wow. It actually makes me pretty sad. I see like this little bear down here. A child that only lived 3 days. Oh. I'm glad they have this. It's sweet, but wow. Yeah, little bears. Oh. And actually, we were cutting down here because I saw another Kuyper, but now we're here in the children's garden. Some families left like the stuffed animals that were there for the kids. Wow. It's sweet. They have like a little shrine right here with the angel holding the baby. And then this just keeps going. You can go up there and walk through and check out all the children. I didn't expect that at all. Really is a nice cemetery, as you can see. What I should have looked at, if I had time, is to see if they had any Jewish cemeteries or what remained of a Jewish cemetery here in Amsterdam. Or sliding down this way because I want to see. There's an interesting monument that caught my eye right here. They're quoting something from the book of Romans, chapter 6, verse 8. If only I had a Bible with me. Then I could translate it for you. One thing that I continue to really appreciate about Amsterdam are these beautiful trees. These like lush trees. Like when it's fall, I can imagine that this tree right here is just a little bit of heaven. And to have it as like a resting place for these families, it's just very, very nice. Oh, do you see this? I'm glad this place isn't crowded as I'm making commentary throughout. Someone put a Christmas tree here. I did not expect this. That is awesome. Look at this. Now granted, Santa Claus lost his head. It looks like it got ripped off by something. But look at this tree. Someone put a tree. Oh, it's a child. For here lies Allie Living? Oh no, Ronnie. But look, they put like little trolls down there, and then there's Santa with its cap ripped off. I was swinging down to the farther end over here, and when I walked up past this one row, I was like, wow, it smells like... I was like, why does it smell like perfume? Is there a spirit near me? And then I looked down, and someone's burning some incense right here that smells like what they use in church for Sam and Jane. Huh. And I wish I could share the smell with you. That is the problem with video, is that you do not get to embrace that lavender scent that has now filled my nose to make me feel like I'm back in church. It's okay. Oh, it's awesome. It literally has now traveled down this way. It's all I could smell. Love it. This cemetery is like relatively new. Like I don't see any, like, meaning the last 100 years. I don't see any like old stuff. I did look on a map earlier, and there is a cemetery near the stadium, but it's closed, meaning they said it doesn't open until Tuesday, and that one supposedly has like, it's older. So in between the memorials with crosses and more crosses, which is rightfully traditional, there is one tombstone that's worth sharing. At least they had a sense of humor. But it's interesting because this is a Catholic cemetery, so to see the Buddha shrines down here and the elephant warms my heart. That's so awesome. Yeah. And that's all that matters, right? Is that the people, the families are happy with what they put. An elephant. I've never seen an elephant in a cemetery before. It probably is a joke there, but it's not appropriate. Walked all the way down to the end, and here lies another Kuiper. 2 Kuipers, actually. Amazing, huh? I don't know. So I'm going to walk out of here and see what else I can find. So I don't know if this is goodbye. I'm just going to say, till next time. And thanks for tagging along. All right, guys. Peace.